Financial planning is different to financial advice. No French advisors that I've come across are able to advise on US assets. So we sit in that middle, very niche area. Chicken Tuesday, people ask me now, oh, what's Chicken Tuesday next week going to be about?
It's interesting you're saying you're not seeing a great deal of other financial planners out here. In fact, there's only one in Toulouse. So why do you think that is?
That was the decision I made, was I want to do this for the rest of my life as a career.
I'm going to ask you the question then. It sounds amazing. Living in Cape Town, you set up a business, it was going well. Why leave?
We're just doing our commute.
So you have your morning coffee?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good now.
We had a little chick. Hello. How are you?
Finished the coffee in here.
Yeah.
And then close the door behind me, and then we head out. And like I say, if it takes me 30 seconds, then that's a long day. So through the arch.
Beautiful.
Right at the little hedge.
Oh, I'll see you.
Where are we? 10 seconds.
After you, Monsoir.
Thank you. Past the oak tree. You know, I always say to people, this is the barrier to where I work.
Yeah.
To home life. For me to close the door at night and be done for the day that's the end of my work day.
Hang on. I think someone's been in here and graffitied on your wall. I think they've defecated on your wall. What's that? Liverpool flag?
There might be a few Liverpool and Toulouse
bits
of memorabilia in there, but...
I used to be a medical rep. I worked for a company in the UK in orthopaedics. And I asked them if it was possible to live overseas permanently, and they said no, they didn't have an opportunity. So I started looking, got offered the opportunity to go to a sort of newish region, Africa. And I remember very clearly that it was, if you want the money, go to Johannesburg, and if you want the lifestyle, go to Cape Town. And Cape Town was the choice, and best decision I've ever made. It was the start of my journey. Loved every minute of it, met my wife there. Started to forge a career. I didn't know at the time it was going to be my career. It was a job, but really, really enjoyed my introduction. And then after 3 years in Cape Town, it was up to West Africa. 2 years there, and then my wife's from Cape Town. I really miss Cape Town, so we moved back and set up our own company there. And I think it was at that point that I realised that I wanted to do this as a career.
I'm going to ask you the question then. It sounds amazing, living in Cape Town. You set up a business, it was going well. Why leave?
Without getting into the politics of it, South Africa does have issues. It was a decision that we both made back in 2018. We put in our 2020 vision, which is let's leave in 2020.
Airliner up there that they're testing. Sorry, I'm a bit of a plane geek, by the way. So, yeah, when you travel as much, you start seeing things. Most weekends, I'd say, we come into Toulouse. This is Place Capitale. This is one of the main sort of squares. It's beautiful. It's always busy.
Are you finding more and more Brits are moving to Toulouse? Was there a lot when you moved here? It was about 3.5 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'd say more and more. Quite a lot of the Facebook groups that we're on, you see an awful lot of Brits looking for property, looking for sort of help and ideas, questions about moving. Well, it was purely a lifestyle choice. And there are barriers like the language, but for us it was the lifestyle of living in the countryside, the girls being immersed in French school. So for me it was a decision that we made as a family to live the lifestyle of the French countryside, but for it to not detriment my sort of career. I can advise clients, in the jurisdictions I'm qualified in from my office at home. So live in France, work around the world.
Is it tricky though to actually get into France now?
There's various options. For any sort of working person that wants to come and live here, set up here, whether you set up as what they call an ME, micro entrepreneur, so small business, or if you're employed, I imagine that's a bit easier.
I mean, if I was a financial planner considering going international and choosing France, for instance, is there a market for clients for me to work with? You know, are there boots on the ground here? Are there lots of English, or, for example?
Every reasonable sized town, I'd say, in France, and probably Spain, and possibly Portugal and Italy and so on, there's a client bank waiting for people that need good advice. Why not live in the south of France, where the climate's fantastic and the wine's great, the food's lovely and the weather and so on, and continue looking after an existing client bank in the UK whilst having one eye on that swimming pool or the beach or the mountains.
That's pretty spectacular. Is this a daily occurrence for you?
No, sadly not. I don't think the waistline would cope.
You must get approached a lot by financial planners, asking about what it's like to be an international financial planner. What are the sort of top questions that they're asking you?
Well, the main one really is about qualifications, and I suppose it depends where you're going to live. But if I talk about Europe and France in particular, the EU licensing that Hoxton have is through Cyprus. So there's a CISEC exam to do. For me, I wanted to make sure I was fully French qualified in a way. The CFP is transferable in a way, so it's recognised here. But I had to do a regulatory exam in France as well, so that's called an AMF. So that really enables me to advise in France. And then a lot of the clients that I look after are coming from the UK to France. So being on the Hoxton UK licence means I can give them advice in the UK.
Do you find that people actually recognise the qualification there in the international market? Do they think about it? Do they ask you questions about it? Do they even look for it?
I don't know about looking for it necessarily, but I know when I approach people and they see CFP, South Africa, the US, Australia, parts of Europe, very, very well recognised. And I think it's becoming, if it's not already, it's the gold standard in the UK. So we're in the centre of Lavore, and it's Wednesday. They have a little market on a Wednesday.
Oh, lovely.
On a Saturday, it actually extends all the way to the other side. What I love about this is you come along and you might find ingredients that you wouldn't see at the supermarket.
Yeah.
It's all fresh. This one, for example, this is sort of homemade jars of various stuff.
Do you sell your eggs here?
I sell the chickens, if you carry on. So you're ready to meet the chickens?
I am 100% ready to meet the chickens. I think everybody's up for meeting the chickens.
Good. So each morning we come out with any sort of scraps we have.
Lovely.
And there's a little bell. We ring the bell.
Yep.
They know that we're coming. Open the door.
You ring the bell? Where's the bell?
Little bell on the side.
Let
there,
me ring
so
the bell. I
you
want to
can
ring the
have a go.
bell. Yeah.
Just give it a flick.
Ladies, can we come in? Hello.
And here they come.
Hey.
Morning.
You just don't even know how popular you are.
Virgil, Robbo, Trent, and Mo. Mo's the quick one here.
Oh.
We're not very quick at the moment.
Let's get close and personal with the girls.
With the Yule spools.
Come on in. What's this?
There you go.
Oh, I love chickens.
But yeah, they have a good life here. You know, they can roam all the way down there, so we leave all this open during the day, during the morning.
Did you always envision chickens being part of your LinkedIn marketing strategy?
Nope. No, have to be honest. It was a bit of a fluke in a way, but yeah. Posted that picture one day of them stood on the driveway, and the response was bizarrely unbelievable. Every week on a Tuesday, I stumbled across Chicken Tuesday and started posting about the chickens. And at first it was more a case of who they are, you know, what they do and how they do it in terms of these are our chickens, they lay eggs. People were asking very basic questions about chickens. And then it became a bit more, how can I sort of make them the star of the show, but talk about financial planning. So I'll often say, you know, it's Chicken Tuesday today, and this is what the girls are wanting to talk about. Have you got your will in order? Have you got your life cover sorted? Are you investing for the long term? You know, make sure that you feather your nest. Like you say, there's an element of the freedom side of things. They get to roam around and enjoy their life in the countryside. and then bringing it back to sort of financial planning, it's something a bit different. And as I say, I stumbled across it and I've sort of run with it, and various sort of hashtags now, Yule's Pools, Chicken Tuesday. People ask me now, oh, what's Chicken Tuesday next week going to be about? So tune in and find out, you know, even I don't know.
So Mike, what does the future hold for you then?
Well, I think with Hoxton, what it enables me to do is run my business, but within a business. I don't want to be a business owner. I don't want to deal with compliance and licensing and accounting, and even closer to home, paraplanning and admin. All that is taken care of by Hoxton. So, you know, it's been great for me these last 2 or 3 years to have members of the team based in Dubai that are at the coalface, they're at the head office, they can get things done. I do the advice side here, and that's taken care of so that I don't need to worry about it. And for me, one of the biggest things is looking at the next 5 to 10 years and saying, how can I grow my client base with all the support that Hoxton offer? You know, and it's a lot. It's admin, it's compliance. There's a tax team, there's legal, there's marketing. And I think having that service being offered to me, and I get to live here, I get to live the lifestyle that we want to as a family, and have all that stuff that I don't really enjoy kind of have taken away from me. And it enables me to live my lifestyle and the work-life balance and grow over the next 5, 10, 15 years, who knows? I mean, we were talking earlier about the incentive program that Hoxton have put in, and it really excites me. It rewards us staying with the company long term, and as the company grows and as we grow, hopefully our sort of incentive grows, and who knows where the future is, but I'm excited for it.
Right, well I guess we better get these girls to bed, haven't we, really?
Bedtime for the pools.
Let's go. Oh! It's land of the barbecue.
Barbecued chicken.
Right, that didn't work.
So it's funny when it starts to go dark like this, wherever they are, they walk back, they get themselves in. We run down, close the door, and that's it.
I love it.
In winter, it's a bit of a pain, but
Mate, honestly, like, you've got it. This is it.